Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham latest news and update show, The WREXfast Club, for Wednesday, March 26th. Yes, it's a Wednesday. We are at hump day, army crawling through the week, ready for the Exeter game on Saturday, which we will be building up to on the program. So thanks for coming in. And yes, I didn't change the time. It's 1:30. It's right here. I know I'm looking right there. And Kelly, I'm just going to bring this up, Kelly, right away, just getting on it. Just checked it and says the show will start at 1:30 PST. Sometimes Josh is sneaky and will move the start time while we are patiently waiting to chat. I moved it probably like 3 hours ago because I had to get some work done, and I got the air conditioning put in. So anyways, Kelly Davidson, I hope you're here, and good to see you all in here as well. Anyways, thanks for coming in. As you see on the thumbnail, it says Parkinson big injury boost, and it has Dabo on there too because there's a two-parter here I'm going to talk about Dobson's coming off on the weekend and how we got to that point in there, and then moving forward what I think is going to happen for these next 8 games. So anyways, hope y'all having a good Wednesday yourselves. Also got this Fozcast thing I want to talk about. I found that out today, and just want to get a general chat going about what you think the next couple weeks will look like in the team selection, of which I don't know if there will be that much difference. Anyways, please smash the like on the video and subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't subscribed already, and to the Global Pundit too. Big plans for the Global Pundit if you have been paying attention, and big plans for the Local Pundit too. So it's going to be an exciting one. But yes, so let's dive right into this about Parkinson, his injury boost in regards to Dobson. So obviously he went off this weekend. Okay, he went off this weekend, and there was an explanation that happened in the leader that we want to talk about too, which I thought made good sense, but sense in enough where it's like, I say play your best player, play your best 11, of which he has been doing. And I know everyone's been going in, just start J-Rod, don't start J-Rod. He hasn't been doing well. Well, you know what? We've taken 18 out of 22 available. So, the proof is in the pudding. Yes, I know Palmer scored a goal yesterday in the reserves, 4-0 against, in the reserve match against Mansfield Town. So did Mullen, blah, 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 but it's a reserve match, okay? I still think that one or two of those guys are going to play a part, whatever that is, at some point in this story. But J-Rod's going to play. Okay, J-Rod will continue to play. But as far as Dobson is concerned, he is integral. I know in the middle of the season, it's like, okay, can him and Matty James play together? And for a couple of games there, it didn't look that great. But Dobson has come into true to form, and he's putting himself on the line. You could see, minus the man bun, ponytail, samurai thing he's got going on, he has been incredible. And between him and Rathbone running around, kind of doing one is a little more finesse, the other one's a little bit more aggressive, which would be the Dobson role, called him the bruiser. Him and Matty James and Dobson are essentially that three. Now, what happened with Elliot Lee was unfortunate with him, getting into the car accident. I'm glad he's okay, but he's seen as a backup striker and a midfielder, but he doesn't play that same role that Dobson is. So a little bit of news came out, which is what we wanted to talk about initially, from Parkinson and what happened, why Dobson had went off through this last week, and moving forward, I want to talk about what I anticipate happening here. So obviously in the leader, that's what we do here. Good stuff right here. Midfield George Dobson did pass a late fitness test against Stockport. Now, he hardly trained the week prior against Wycombe Wanderers, which we won 1-0, by the way. Parkinson revealed that Dobson only passed fitness a few hours for the home game against Stockport County at the weekend. A 27-year-old had helped the Reds secure another 1-0 victory. We are the 1-0 Kings. I believe it's 12 now that we have. He went off a cramp in the 75th minute. Parkinson gave some context to that. I'll bring it down and I'll read it. As you know, my eye lines are right here, so y'all know what's going on right here. So this is Dobson. This is about Dobson. This is from Parkinson. Dabo had an ankle injury, and he got whacked in the shin against Wycombe, said Parkinson. He was in a lot of discomfort leading into the Stockport game, and we took it right to 12 o'clock on Saturday for the fitness test. That is obviously 3 hours before kickoff. He had a lot of discomfort, like you mentioned. Dobson wanted to play and felt he wasn't at risk in terms of the injury getting worse, but it was how much discomfort he could play in. He got painkillers and got on with it. Only went off with a bit of cramp, which we kind of expected, a bit of fatigue in the game because his lack of training. Now, there's a second part to that too. I want to take it on right here. Taking painkillers, didn't train all week, rested him. and went up to 12 o'clock. Obviously, he passed fitness. Obviously, he wants to play. So I think he is an integral part to our system right now, where it's keeping a clean sheet, defending the middle of the park, and the battle that's happening on the pitch all around for 90 plus minutes. Now, I'm going to take it from two sides here. One, as a former player, not at the highest level, but as a collegiate player. You know your body, okay? You know your body. You know what you can handle. You know what you can't handle. Now, I'm glad Dobson went on the pitch and played well. Obviously, painkillers. He had them come on. He just mentioned that too. He had discomfort. So an athlete knows their body. They know what the pain they can handle, and you also know what might cause injury even more. Now, that said, that's going to be taken out of your hands sometimes. Obviously, I go to concussion protocol. In anything, that's going to take it out of your hands too. But obviously, okay, they felt he was fit enough. He passed fitness to get on the pitch, but only less than 75 minutes. Parkinson, I believe, is going on and he's saying, listen, if you pass fitness, we'll play you. I expect you not to make the whole 90. He's not a guy that usually comes off a lot. He usually does play 90 minutes. Now, I'm in two minds here. I want to get the best players out there. I think he is obviously in our best, I say 18 and first 11 for us to win matches. But sometimes I'm like, he went through painkillers. He got cramp, all those things. So what's the balance there, do we think? I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on this too. What is the balance there? Do you take it out of Dobson's hands and you say, hey, listen, we know you're not 100%? Or is it like, okay, the conversation, remember the conversation that Fletcher was having with Parkinson? Hey, I know I can go out there. I give you 15, 20 minutes. That conversation. I'm in two minds. I'm in two minds about this too, because I want to win, obviously, but I'm also concerned about his health and safety. But, Dobson is an integral part. So what say you? What say you in the chat about this? Is this something that should have been taken out of Dobson's hands? Obviously, he did pass the fitness, and you would have played Elliot Lee. Maybe the result would have been different. I don't know. Now, he only up until 75 minutes, I thought he pulled his hamstring. They said it was cramp. But what say you? Do you think this should have been dealt with differently? Or are you in the mindset was like, okay, he passed it, go on and do it? Now, I think moving forward, I want to see him on the pitch, obviously, but I'm more concerned that we get the balance right. We know that Parkinson loves an unchanged 11. Absolutely. And in the unchanged 11, Dobson is there. There's a couple more quotes I want to get to too. He took the painkillers and got on with it. He only went off with a bit of cramp, which we kind of expected, but fatigue in the game because of his lack of training. It was a competitive game, and Dabo did brilliantly to get through what he did because apart from a half hour on Thursday, he didn't train practically at all. When you play a tough game like that, you haven't trained, it's a big ask, but he did well. And this week is about him getting some training minutes and getting ready for Saturday. Now, we were very lucky for the fact of the matter right here that we didn't have Saturday, Tuesday. We had 2 Tuesdays off. Now, going into the next 2 weeks, we have the game against Exeter, then we have Cambridge, and then I think it's Wigan after that on a Saturday, and then we had another Tuesday game after that. So it's going to get dicey. Now, Evans is an option, I believe, that might change this role. He doesn't play the destroyer role, but Evans and Lee are the only two options right here. But because of those times off that we had, not the Tuesday, Saturday, I think that we kind of dodged a bullet here a little bit. We kind of dodged the bullet. These are knocks, yes, injections. I'm gonna get to the chat in a second right there. These are knocks and things like that. I'm in two minds. I kind of don't have an opinion of it other than I want to protect them. And I also want to play the 11, the best 11/18 for us to go on and win. But I'm going to get to some of your chat on this too. And there is more quotes here, but I want to get your thoughts on it here too. Okay. John Hill says, Rathbone and Dobson disrupt opposition play a lot. It's a solid combo, just not as attacking as Cannon and Lee. Well, Cannon is out and Lee is out, but I agree with you on that. What we're doing is, in that John Hills, what we're doing is, right now, and I said this the last couple of weeks, we are in tournament mode. Now, what that means, in my opinion, from my knowledge, we're in tournament mode where it's like, okay, keep it tight, stay tight, don't give up stupid goals, don't get carved open like we did at Reading. And he's going more defensive. He's not taking as many risks, Parkinson that is. So that's why I think Dobson is the player he's going to choose over an Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee is now turned into an impact player. Wasn't that at the beginning of toward the middle and the beginning of the season? He was playing that second striker role next to Palmer. But now what he's doing, he's keeping it tight at the back. That's why I think these 1-0s are going to be, like I said, our badge of honor now, our horror story. So to that point, I'm missing a little bit of the chat here. Going here. Well, I'll give you this one too. John Hill's also, painkilling injections are generally only issued if the injury won't get worse as a result. He will be sore afterward, but shouldn't get long-term issues. Yes, that's a good shout right there. And Aaron says, "What's going on, Aaron? What are you doing, my friend? I haven't seen you in a few days. Are you about? Are you in the truck? What are you doing? Are you playing Super Dad? If you want to say what's up, let me know. Aaron says if he feels fit, okay, I don't know if he feels fit, might be a different story if it was early in the season. Yes, I agree with that too. That's why I'm saying this is most important moving forward. If he feels fit, but he's not fully fit, you probably would arrest him. I believe that Parkinson believes that he is the integral part of the engine room in the middle of the field. And that's why he's kind of, I don't want to say willing to take the risk. That's why he's really, he's willing to take the risk. He's willing to take the risk if he's not going to get worse. Let's say that. Even though there are other players that can fill that position, but not as well as him. Evans would be good cover if there's some doubt. Now, Sean Bartlett, let me rig this one. Evans is not the same player. Evans is a step on the ball player, passing the ball left, right, trying to moving things forward. I think he is definitely not a destroyer, but he is cover, but not the destroyer. This is the destroyer role. We do not have another destroyer role. We have an elegant destroyer, which would be Rathbone, taking the ball off players, hummingbird running around, honey badger thing. But Dobson's the destroyer. The only other person that could do that job, in my opinion, and of which do not do this, is Macca in the middle. No, there's no Macca in the middle. There's nothing. Don't do it. I'd rather do something else. But to that point, Evans is a good cover, but not the same type of player. So no Macca in the middle. That's it. I'm calling it quits on Macca in the middle. I'm pulling the insanity out. It's done. It's like Boston, California. It's not happening. If you know that quote from the TV show, I will literally lose my shit. It's a pilot, one of the best pilots out there. It's like Boston, California. I'm pulling the insanity on Vancouver. John Hills, it's not like the players are coming in and aren't up to the job. But you want them to be given the opinion, give the option. You can always take them off if you go up 2-0. Yes, John Hills. But at that point, we don't do 2-0. You know that. I know that. We don't do 2-0. Into the backcountry. Is that Bigfoot? You know I made a Bigfoot movie. You know I'm a big Bigfoot fan, by the way. That's why I'm going there too. Into the backcountry. I'm wondering why Elliot Lee didn't start. He was a starter for so long. Elliot Lee, I think, is still into the backcountry. Elliot Lee, I don't think, is fully recovered. If you have a chest injury, I've broken ribs before too. If you have a chest injury or a rib injury, your breathing has to get back. So I think that's maybe it's partially that. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV in General Hospital, but I'm thinking that's part of it. That might be it. And Paul Kelly says if he passes fitness, he should be good to go, but for the majority of the games. Yes, Paul Kelly. But I'm saying my question is, are we? This is going to sound bad. Forcing it to pass fitness. We expected him not to make it because of cramping, all that stuff. So, painkillers. We're managing. So how do you manage the player in someone I believe is integral part? The reason why I wanted to do this angle of it today, because in the BBC, they're talking about other players that need to step up. And we'll get to that in a second here too. Kelly Davidson, you get the player's take, but when the manager weighs the risk and the benefits of playing an injured player in a very big game, it should be the manager deciding, not the player. It was a tough call. I agree. So do you think that Kelly Davidson, he has that same relationship that he has with a guy like Fletch, who turned 38 today? Happy birthday, Fletcher, 38 years young. Good on him. Our impact player of the year, and could possibly player of the year. Do you think that he has that same relationship with Dabo? Shot thoughts right there. Leapin, Sarah, what's going on? I think they should have been a bit more cautious. Fair enough. See, there's another start of it too. And there he is. Wrexham. There he is. The Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. Rousey, he just got to have some good edibles. There you go. He went right in. Yeah, Rowdy Rousey. Good show yesterday. If you haven't watched Rousey's take on the Stockport game, 15-minute hit. Went out there, did his bit. Good job. Listened to it yesterday. Congrats on you, dude. Doing your thing. All eyes, man. Congratulations. Keep doing it, man. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Felt like you just kicked right in, my friend. Kicking on. Nikki D says, I was on the phone when he started the Dabo. Isn't hurt, right? It was just cramps. Yes, he's not hurt. He's not. He's got bumps and bruises, but he's not hurt. My thought is like, are we pushing him to the limit? And I don't want to. You don't want the camel to break. You don't want the camel to break on him. That's it too. What's going on, A2Z? God Gorilla's here. Gordon Gorilla is also here. And Matt says it was only 1 week prior to Wickham that he was still on crutches. He played against Wickham, knocked on the shin, then cramped up at the Stockport. He's getting the recovery time. He is a key player. That's it too. He's getting dinged up. Make no mistake. Matt All's right. He's getting dinged up, and I don't want to lose him. We need him, but I don't want to lose him. But sometimes you can't. It's going to happen. We're going to lose players. Andy Cannon, unfortunately, we're going to lose player. Drew does whatever says is here. And there we go. A couple ones you want to catch up to the chat here. Studio. Oh shit! God damn! You Googled that, dude. You've never even seen the show. You Googled it. You Googled it, my friend. And yes, you are right. You absolutely are right because you know why I say good show, my friend. Aaron, how did you get that? You definitely Googled it. John Goff's in the house too. Wrexham total wage packet, 7th of all teams in League One. Thought it'd be higher. Birmingham far away with the most £15 million. Yes, that's John Goff. We talked about that yesterday on the show too. Ted Nelson's in here too. And I'll get this last one here, and then we can move on. From what I can tell from how Dobson came to Wrexham, Parky and Dobson have a good relationship. I think Parky trusts him. That's a good shot right there, too. Very, very good shot. Put me in, coach. It's all psychological. There you go. Just win, baby. Okay. Couple more things here, too, on Dobson. We'll finish out. Hopefully, we'll be in a better place going into the Exeter game, but I thought he was terrific in Stockport, considering he had not trained. That catches up with you a little bit, so we need to get some training in Dabo this week. Yes, hopefully he's getting that too. We had a run of 7 midweek games in a row. Wrexham have not had 2 Tuesdays in a row without a fixture. That now had 2-2. So they had 7 games of fixtures in a row. By the way, I got to turn the AC on. Holy God, it's hot. Hold on. Just got the AC fixed and I needed it. I needed to turn it on. Google never heard of it. I love that show, but don't remember that quote. Yes, it's at the beginning of there too. I'm pulling the plug on Boston, California. There you go. Vancouver didn't even look like Vancouver. There you go. The forgotten Josh Adam. There you go. Anyways, okay, moving on. So the other side of this too, which I was talking about in the discussion here, was in the BBC. Which I thought was Smith, Rathbone, McLean, who will be the key Wrexham to the championship bid. So all those guys are important. But that's why I'm saying Dobson's also important too, because we got to get that Dobson protecting the midfield, protecting the back 5, back 3, whatever we're going to call it. But with 8 games left, the Phil Parkinson side heads to Exeter City on Saturday, having jumped ahead of Wickham of the automatic spots. Yes, but they're running the fixtures to say who's going to be the guy that's going to step up. Now, he says Smith, J-Rod, Macca, or Rathbone. Is it going to be the experience? Is it going to be AO? Ollie? So here's my take on all of this too. It's D, all the above. And that includes Dobson. It's D, all the above. So this is for them to get some feedback and blah, 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 all that shit. But it's D, all the above. It's not just one player. I'm going to pull this down so it looks better. Here we go. So all the players that they're mentioning there, Smith, Rathbone, McLean, everybody, Dobson, AO, whoever, Longman, whatever, everyone's going to have to play their part. It's not just one. Everyone needs to come and play their part. We are in a food fight. We are in a battle here. We are in the spot right now where it's ours to lose. And it only turned that in the last 2 games. It hasn't been that way. We've been playing the chasing route. So we're in a spot where it's ours to lose. And if we go on and we do our business, squeaky bum time, yes, they say bun. It's going to be because of the entire team and the management team and figuring out a way to win games that we're not supposed to win. I will say this. We're going to drop points at some point. It might be this weekend against Exeter. I don't want to, but we're going to drop points. It's just going to happen. Could be against Cambridge. Could be against Wigan. I don't know. We're going to drop points. That said, we still have to continue to do our business. And the business is having players go in, and be committed. And I'll say this, going back to the Dobson piece. I'm glad he's out there playing, but you don't want to risk him. But also, but it's a calculated risk, and I think that's what Parkinson is doing. So we have coverage. I believe that the game that was yesterday against Mansfield Town, there were a lot of players that geez, if I'd seen that team, I was a reserve team. Geez, I would have been like, we ain't playing against these guys, or it would have been great to do that. But all these players need to step up and do their bits, and I think they will. So let's see how it goes down. But I'm excited, but I'm also getting to the point where it's like, are we pushing the players too far? I know Parkinson does love an unchanged 11, sometimes an unchanged 18. But at this point in the season, you got to just say, F it. We got to go for it. So kind of going back again to the Dobson part, I'm glad he was out there. He's our best choice. I don't want long-term injury, but you got to trust the players. You got to trust the instinct and trust what Parkinson is doing. There you go. Aaron says, we're in a great spot, but as long as Kone is playing Wickham are a threat for sure. And Rousey's plead to Big L. I want some real promise in you flying, but I can't say that. Most sites are Wrexham the favorite to win automatic. Yep, that makes me very, very. Yeah, it does. It does make you very, very nervous. Me too, Kelly Davidson. Absolutely. And okay, let me see here. Lastly, I want to get to is this one kind of came up. So this is on the Fozcast. Fozcast was very interesting. I found this today just before we went on, and I put it in the Discord. If you're not seeing this is going to be a must watch.
First of all, why Wrexham? I was in charge of identifying the club. It was Joe Wicks to buy a football team, and I was like, "That's not good, Joe. We're buying a football team." Rob had always made fun of me for watching football in the writers' room. I said to him, "You should watch this documentary, Sunderland Till I Die." Sunderland Till I Die is heartbreaking documentary. He said, "Well, what if we made a heart-making documentary?" He's a genius, isn't he? Tell us about Mr. Reynolds and Ryan's involvement. Ryan was like, "No, I want to be your co-partner. Would you be interested in me being a partner?" That's when everything went nuts. The biggest, craziest thing we've seen with this Wrexham process is, if Wrexham get into the Championship, are you half worried about how much of a big jump that is in that league? I think we worked out the other day that our playing budget would need to quadruple in order to stabilise the Championship. I mean, we use the analogy of building it like on a rocket, and we're trying to fit the stabilisers to it as we fly along. Is there anything that kind of struck you and thought, I never knew that happened in football? Or do you know what I will honestly say, and this is a bit embarrassing.
That is must see. That is must see podcasting right there. I love Foz. Obviously, I love a big fan of Humphrey, who I'm still trying to get on the show. Humphrey, if you're out there, my friend, have your manager respond to us and come on the show. But yes, that is must-see television right there. You just said a couple bits right there that I'm just like, oh, God, we're going to kick those tires up at somewhere if it goes right there. We're going to quadruple our budget and salary. Hello. Yeah. How about that? Quadruple. And Aaron's going to be doing bits for Millwall, what we decided. So how that comes out, I believe, tomorrow. But that is awesome. Awesome. I would love to have Humphrey on and talk to him like that. And we will have him on one day. But seriously, all those things are awesome. You know about how Rob came up with it. I understand that too. Let's make a heartwarming thing, Sunderland Till I Die. I get it. But moving forward and looking at that, it's like, they're obviously planning. This is not by accident. And I know everyone wants to talk about just like, oh, we got to, take our time and not do it and all this stuff. Well, let's put it this way. We're jumping right now. We're literally at edge. We're jumping, and we need to figure it out. What are you going to look back? No, we're going to move forward, and they're going to figure this out, whether it be more investments, whatever it's going to be. And the humbleness of the club is awesome, and I'm loving what he's saying, and I cannot wait to listen to this too. So at the end of the day, it's like, if we're on the rocket ship, if you're on the Wrexham rocket ship, get aboard, because it's happening, and they know it. And if it does happen, you got to strap on, strap in, strap up. Let's go. Steve Burton coming in hot. 5 local pundit membership podcasts. Thank you very much. And more 10. Thank you. That's 15 right there. Get them while they're hot. Local pundit memberships. Yes. Lots to do. Thank you very much, Steve Barton. Not lost on us that you help support the channel, as everyone else there too. You're all fantastic. Thank you. Stoner Combat Vet is ready. Steve gave me one in January. Yes. Work it out in the summer. Yes. Work it out in the summer there too. And hopefully, Steve Morgan, rumor pans out, a local multimedia will be welcome to the addition. Yes, you mentioned that earlier. I was on a call and I couldn't get to it, but listen to them. They're not, some things aren't perfect. Some things aren't perfect, meaning like sometimes you don't expect it, but we are on that rocket ship, like you just said, and we're gonna have to bolt in and figure it out. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but this is just our story we're telling right now. This is how we're doing it. So get used to it. Get used to it. And if it works out, holy God. If it doesn't, you know what? You got to take your licks and learn from it. But I'm on the side where I think it's going to work out. I think we're bound for second place. We're going to go and do our business. I'm excited about how this story is going to end for the rest of the season. I'm excited about what we're going to see in the summer and about what we can do. I kind of like, you know me, my motto is for the local pundit is shoot the rehearsal. Currently, right now, Wrexham are shooting the rehearsal, and we're going to do it next season as well. Like it or not, that's it. And yes, at some point it will stabilize, but right now, Wrexham are definitely shooting the rehearsal. Definitely shooting the rehearsal. Working out in the summer, and Kelly Davis said if we go up, we can do a poll on which championship team we'll want to saddle Aaron with. Well, it's got to be Millwall. We can do that for sure. And that's about it. I can't wait to learn about all the new additions to the team over the summer. Fingers crossed, right there, Esteban. And Ted Nelson got one. What's going on, brother? Ted Nelson got a local pundit membership. Hot news. There you go. Get them while they're hot. Okay, now rest of the week. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll do a news and update show. Breakfast. Jesus, I can't even get my own shit right. We'll do a Breakfast Club tomorrow. Friday. I reached out to a special person to try to do a preview show with me. I'm hoping it happens. I have not heard back yet, but we shall see. If it happens, y'all are going to be very happy. I'll just put it out there like that. I don't know. I just sent the message out a couple minutes ago before we went on. If it happens, we're all going to be very happy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very excited. That's all I'll say right now. So Friday will be a preview show. And then on Saturday, you know what we do on game day. Game day build-up, live watch-along, Wrexham Time call-in show, your show, and Wrexham Reaction. That's what's happening too. And if anything breaks, you know we come out and we do it live on the local pundit. So thanks all for coming in. Get your thoughts on the Dobson thing in the chat. Let me know what you think about possibly pushing some of the players to the edge. You know how an integral part to Dobson is to the team and us moving forward. And see what you think about that. Also too, Fozcast. How great is that? We're going to talk about that too. Once that fully comes out, we'll get on it. I think there's a lot to unpack, a lot of fun stuff too. I mean, we're getting to the end of the season with 8 games left to go. I mean, oh my God, you can't write this shit. It's so good. Yes, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. 65 watching, only 27 likes. Yeah, like it. Costs you nothing. Put your feet up. Smash that like button. Help the algorithm out. Trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year, end of the season, which we can do. I know we can do. I know we can do it. And then 50,001 if you know, you know. And on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.